And VK3 Charlie Mike on board. Okay, we're just running the JRC JRL2000F. No problems. Good morning, Ron, and I'm just doing a video of this JRL 2000F amplifier, just running it around 400 watts at the moment, and just sort of the meter peaks a little bit more, but I've got another meter that's telling me just around 4, and beautiful old amp, mate. I'll tell you what, they absolutely gorgeous, and I'm only putting about how much drive, about 24 watts into it, so hopefully that's sounding okay to you, mate. They can sort of do a kilowatt quite easily. Had a bit of a play with it last night into a very big dummy load, and absolutely kept me up till about midnight last night having a good play with this amp. But anyway, just running it quite legally at the moment, and thought I'd come and do a video on your net because that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, Ron, how you going? VK3AHR, VK3 Charlie Mike. I'm on the 7610 remote radio at the moment, but I'm just not using a remote, just out next to it. Go ahead, mate.
Okay, I'm going all right. Cat's okay, going pretty well there. Got a few aches and pains, but got to expect that for old bloke. But hips not playing up, so that's one.
I'll just take that to about 20%.
Other things go wrong too. So
doesn't need a lot of drive.
But the legs and the knees and the ankles. Oh boy, they're in big trouble. So there we are, but we're still moving and still upright, so we're still doing well there, over.
Upright is good. Upright is good. Actually, I just dropped the power a little bit to the drive, and it was just peaking over 400, about 410 at one stage there. So I just actually dropped that down about 20 watts, and yeah, that's better now. It's just sticking right around that, just 300 to 400. So you'll see the video and give you a bit of an idea. All right, mate. Well, look, no, that's great, and yeah, we'll keep up the good work with your health, mate. How are you going with the walking stick versus the frame at times? So you're starting to get moving a bit more with the stick. Go ahead.
I try and do, but it's a bit scary sometimes.
Yeah, no, it will be. It will be. You know, you've certainly been used to using the frame for a long time, but just take your time, mate. You know, it's going to take a while to straighten out the back a bit and to get you know, get to a good position. All right, mate. Well, listen, you look after yourself. I won't stick around. I've got a bit of a day on today, and a few medical things I've got to get done, unfortunately. Fortunately, really, you know. So I'd be stuffed without these people, I suppose. Anyway, but good to be able to do this. For people watching the video, this is the VK3AHR net. It's run at 7.1 megs between 10 a.m. and around 11:30 a.m. and you can get on there. The shortwave listeners that are looking at it, I know there's quite a lot of you that have been contacting me lately. Just certainly have a you know, send Ron an email and tell him that you're watching, you know, or listening. Listening's probably better. All right, thanks very much, Ron. I'll finish off this video, and thanks, you've been the star of the show as per usual. And yeah, this amplifier is absolutely, mate, it's just a classic. I'll never sell this. You know how many times I've ever said that in my life, but no, I don't think we will. I think we'll keep this one. This is very nice. All right, mate. 73 is VK3 fan just cutting in there. People that can hear it, just cutting in a little bit. Very quiet fan though. It's not too bad. VK3 AHR, VK3 Charlie Mike.
Have a good day, Brenton, and take it easy. All that, and just stand my love with you, please.
I will do that, mate. I was just actually I passed her in the hallway just before, so I'll see her before she starts her. She got a client in the next few minutes, so I will pass that on. All the best to Kath as well, mate. 73s.
73s. Right.
Okay.
Where are you now? Ross, I did call Ross. He didn't call back in. VK7F
VK3AHR, VK3SS mobile. Could I pass the message on?
Actually, I'll catch these numbers. Oops.
I referred to Brenton. Have you got a pen handy, over?
I'm doing better than that. I'm videotaping those numbers. Go ahead.
040841. 040841.
Got it, mate. Thanks very much.
Okay, good luck with that. His name's Drew. Over.
Good on you, mate. Oh, I look forward to it. We definitely need some of those lines done. Well done. Thank you for the help with HR. That really does help.
7-3, good luck. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. VK3UP clear.
That's what it's all about, helping one another. Right.
That's a great story, that. Let me just turn it down a little bit. Terry's getting some brake lines organised through another mate of his for our HR project. All right, so you've seen what it can do. Obviously, where we've got to restrict it to 400 watts. Sorry, I'm half asleep today. I'm having what they call a Mitch Connell break there in my thinking. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's not good. Not good at all. But I haven't quite got to that stage, thank goodness. Mitch McConnell is the Senate Minority Leader in the Republican Party over in the US, just in case anyone wasn't aware. All right, let's do something else. Let's. Actually, I thought we had our other meter in line, but it's down here. But anyway, let's just show you roughly into a 2 kilowatt dummy load, bird dummy load. That's something I learnt last night. Is it's very easy to swap your dummy load on one of these because we've got Ron there. Go dummy load, bingo, righto. So let's now take the power up a bit. So we go to our multi switch. You're still getting some bleed over there, just a little bit. That's amazing. It still gets a little bit of bleed over through those connectors. That's interesting, actually. Might just come off that frequency just in case we get any. Yeah, just a little bit, just in case there was some bleed over of the transmit as well. That's interesting. We'll have to look at that. So let's have a look now. I'm putting in about 50 watts, and you watch the difference. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, and what you're finding is now we're getting up to that nearly 1,000 watts of output. I can obviously push that a little bit harder. I think they will take up to 100 watts of output. So basically, let's put about 60 watts into it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, 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 hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. As you can see, look, runs beautifully. Runs absolutely beautifully. And that's obviously going into our bird dummy load there, and working like a dream. And you can obviously also monitor your voltage and make sure that's current, that's just running beautifully there. ALC like so. Oh, we're not actually feeding. Are we feeding ALC? No, we're not actually. Well, I need to check the wiring on that actually. Just make sure. No, we should be. And back to the current draw there. Quite neat. But I'll just turn that off for a minute because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, look, really does a great job. And of course, if I want to go back to the antenna, bingo, back to 7100. Just get back there. And of course, we have to back the power off. And we worked out about 20% is really nice for a constant 400 watts. So that's really working well. Great net on the mornings, absolutely. So this is the JRC JRL2000F, just in case I didn't go through all the details. Sorry, just turn these guys down a bit. I have all the original books and reviews, etc. And then what Paul's done, he's done a printout. This is VK3SS that used to own this amplifier. He's done a printout where there is some English, a lot more English. Now, I won't kid you guys. I did have to fix a couple little faults in this. So Paul supplied this to me at a very economical price because, yes, there were a couple of issues that needed to be sorted out. And I won't go into those completely right now, but I was up till about 11 o'clock last night. I thought we had a bigger problem than what we did. Turned out to be actually quite a reasonably easy fix. So that's the really good news. But when you're taking chances with things like this, you've got to just jump in. It's one of those things where a JRL2000F is not going to come up again tomorrow. It's not going to come up in the next 10 years. Not in Australia anyway. Just to freight one of these things over, they're 80 odd pounds, so probably 35 plus kilos. So you can imagine from Japan, which would be the only spot I think you get one from at the moment. Maybe you get one in the US if you got really lucky, but geez, I haven't seen one for sale in the US for a very long time either. So, you know, maybe you can comment in the comments file just when, you know, you've seen one before, or, you know, what you've seen previously. But I've got to say, you know, for years, I said 10 years of looking for one, but it's longer than that. I reckon it's closer to 20, because I wanted one of these from the very early 2000s, and they just were very, very difficult to get. Extremely, you know, unless you wanted to buy one new, they were current for quite a bit like the other amp we've got here, the PW1 we run, and you can just see around there. That PW1, I've just ordered a board for that so that it can basically see how this here, where I've got, if I turn the PA off at the moment, see how when I'm listening to Ron here, he doesn't cut back, so I can put the amp on or off, and it doesn't matter what happens with the PW1. When I turn the PA off on the PW1, that's what happens. It loses the antenna. Now I'm just simulating that with the dummy load there. But yeah, it loses the antenna completely. And so the board I'm putting in is the update board to fix that. Oh, let's turn these guys down a bit. I'm normally, by the way, I'm normally on the 7850 that's over there. But I just needed space, and by the way, there's a very beautiful, we'll do this one later, very beautiful IC 780 or 781, depending what you want to call it. But that is an absolutely stunning example of a 781, 780 series radio. We'll get to that one later. All right, well, look, thanks very much. It's been nice to show the demo of this. There's a lot of other functions I could go into on how the antenna tuner works and lots of things. They work beautifully. Just so you know, you can take a really enormously wrong antenna and turn it into a right one with this tuner. It is good. Look, the PW1 tuners are pretty good too. So, you know, people are probably going to ask me, what do you prefer, the JRL2000F or the IC PW1? Good question. Well, I think the JRL2000F by a mile, because I like the collectability of it. You know, I'll keep this, but I'm not saying I'm going to sell the PW1 either, so I don't know yet. Well, I might just keep both, we'll see. Especially after buying the bloody board for the PW1, I just spent nearly, it was $400 and something to get it over, so I've got to fit that up, so we'll certainly do that. Alright, well, thanks very much for looking at this video. This is, I can tell you now, there's not too many videos of a functioning JRL2000F HF linear amplifier with 48 MOSFETs, guys. All these 2SK series, I'm trying to think what they were now. They 139, 140 or 3. Look, can't remember the numbers now. But there's a lot of FETs in these amplifiers. God help me. I've had it to bits, and I can tell you now, God help me if I've got to replace those one day. Still available, so that's good news. All right, 73s, thanks very much for looking at this video. It's certainly a bit of a keen video on the fact that I couldn't find a video on the JRL2000F in any sort of detail at all, so hopefully this helps a few people. Cheers, guys. All the best from VK3 Charlie Mike, Tangambalanga, Northeast Victoria, Australia. Cheers all.